Hey everybody, it's Victory Sunday. I just wanted to talk about the game, give my unbiased recap. There's a lot of bias going on about the game. I just want to give a quick shout out to Wake Forest. They played a great game. I'm thinking about Bobby Ashford. I hope that your leg's okay. I never hope for a player to get hurt. I hope that everything's going all right there. But I'm also happy that Georgia Tech won. Just a quick summary of the game. We started out kind of well. Aiden Burr kicked the field goal to start us off, and then that's when it went all downhill from there. Our offense just looked completely out of sync. Haynes wasn't making targets. We weren't getting those short yardage gains, which has been my main criticism of the team throughout the first 5 games, is that we just don't get those 1 to 2 yards to continue to move the sticks. We can make explosive plays, and we've made a dozen explosive plays throughout this season. But when it comes to, 2nd and 9, we get an 8-yard pass and it's 3rd and 1. Today we didn't even do that in the first half. We averaged like 2 to 3 yards a pass, and the same on a run. It was pretty. Or yesterday. It was not. It was not a good outing. Haynes just looked off. The whole team looked off. And then Wake Forest, they wore out the defense. The defense was doing real well at stalling their drives and keeping them off the scoreboard. But, you can't play defense for the whole time. And it caught up to them. Claiborne and Clark, they got into a rhythm, and Wake Forest had a 2-possession lead going into halftime. And this was a game that you almost wanted to just flush and say, get to the bye week, just nobody get hurt. We were due for a trap game. This was a trap game, okay? And I'll get to some of the particulars later that are kind of controversial on both sides, but. After we started out the third quarter, kind of the same way that we did the second, getting behind the 8 ball, 20-3. Then the offense started to click, and one connection that I've been waiting for the entire season has been Haynes King to Eric Rivers. I just haven't seen it. He's missed Rivers on a few targets, but at the end of that drive, he finally found him in the back of the end zone for a touchdown. See, I think if we can get King to Rivers all season long, our offense is going to be really explosive. It's going to be, it's going to be like what Matt Ryan and Julio Jones did, because I'm a Falcon fan too. So, and Falcons won today too. So, I'm happy, and they're both on a bye week next week. So I'll finally have some peace in my life during the fall. But it's kind of that. Explosive quarterback to wide receiver relationship that could happen if they hooked up a little bit more, and I think they have the potential to. So that was the first touchdown. We're down 20-10, and that's when Kyle Leifert kind of tripped up Bobby Ashford before that, and he was limping a little, went into the tent, and they brought in TJ Verdi, who's a decent quarterback, but he's still a sophomore on the team. He's still kind of feeling it out, He kind of felt bad for him that they put him midway through the game and he has to defend the lead. He did an adequate job, not the best, and I really didn't expect much out of him, and I don't think any Demon Deacon fan did at that point. They were just worried about their star quarterback. How could they not be? He seemed pretty banged up, but they put the boot on his leg, the little sleeve, and he played all right. He came back in the game. Once we made it 20-17, Haynes King just continues to be like the natural of college football, fighting through all that pain to get those extra yards. He's amazing. He continues to inspire me in so many ways. He's one of my favorite Yellow Jackets of all time. I mean, I've been at this since '09, and he's right up there with Nesbitt, Dwyer, Demarius Thomas, Roddy Jones. He's up there with all those guys. Just the way he plays the game and the way he is so resilient and so tough. You could tell some of those hits, he gets the wind knocked out of him. He runs into the end zone, and it's like he doesn't feel like he's going to take another step in his life. And I can't speak for the guy, but I can just tell what I see on TV and at the stadium. Sometimes he just survives, and the work that he's done for this team is incredible. I don't know if you'll ever watch this, Haynes. I hope you do, but I'm behind you 100%. I was kind of among the crowd of Tech fans that thought maybe Philo should get a few series, but that's only because I care about Haynes. I don't want him to get hurt like he did last year and get all banged up. That's why I'm kind of mad. We lost the Georgia game last year because that was his hero game. He came in definitely not feeling the best, and he played the game of his life. Just the way he can play through that. Anyhow, so we're down 20-17, and then Aiden ties the game, and the freshman kicker for Wake Forest, he kicks a field goal that doinks off the woodwork, and I felt bad for him because, you think these field goals are easy. They are not easy, especially not on an angle, especially not for a freshman kicker. But then Jamal Haynes lays the ball on the turf, and you can't have a bad fumble in that situation. We could have, ran the clock down in regulation, iced the clock, and just ate it up to score again and win the ball game. But then you lay the ball on the turf, you gave him another shot, and then that time, freshman kicker, he booted it to perfection, and we're down by 3 again. But then the offense continued to be in a rhythm, and again, Kane hits Rivers. Rivers could be is like the secret weapon. I know that's been Malik. Zion Taylor's had a couple good catches, but Eric Rivers is dynamic. He, in my opinion, makes up for what we lost in Eric Singleton, in that explosive wide receiver that could get the long touchdowns or the big 20, 30-yard gains when we need it. He got the big first down on that drive. We had to settle for a field goal, but again, another fire drill, game-tying field goal. Burr nails it, and he's still perfect. He's the only Jacket that's really perfect right now, but he does his job just like everyone else does. And we're tied at 23 going into overtime, and we have the ball first. And something I don't like about college football overtime, I don't like having the ball first because then you got to defend. I would rather get the defense out of the way, force a turnover, and then score to win the game. Personally, that's just my opinion, because especially with these new rules, college overtime is just a minefield. But we get the ball first, and we drive down there, and Haynes, once again, the natural, scores a touchdown, and we're up 30-23. I think all we got to do is a stop, and the defense has been locked in the red zone all game long. But then what happens? Claiborne sheds a tackle, and he's right into the end zone. That's when I thought, we've given up. I mean, Wake has just outlasted us. We didn't deserve to win this game through the vast majority of it. Valiant comeback effort, just proves who we are as a team, but didn't quite get it. And I knew they were going to go for 2, and I fully support Dicker in this. You got to go for 2 in that situation because you don't want to play 8 overtimes. I know from experience. So they run the play. I didn't like the rollout play. I thought that they should have just slammed the ball into the end zone because, Claiborne, he was running all over us all game, but they did a rollout, and we defended the pass. Clayton Powell-Lee with a big interception, and we won the ball game. So I'm grateful to be 5-0, and join me in the next short part. Go Jackets.